Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Road to Ruby, and as you can see, thanks to the affiliates, I'm up to $10.50 now, and the first bet I want to do today is Hellraisers vs Na'Vi, and let's have a look at it. Okay, so as we can see, they are playing a best of one on train, and basically I'm hoping for an upset of Hellraisers, because they played pretty solid in their past matches here, beating Flipside and Panther, Gambit, and they also upset Virtus Pro in one game, 16-14. And Na'Vi, as we can see here, doing pretty poorly, losing to Fnatic 16-6 and 16-3, and also losing 16-3 against Virtus Pro. So they are pretty unstable at the moment, and this is another reason why Hellraisers could pull up an upset here. And they are also playing on Cobblestone in the best of one, and since Na'Vi lost Train and Cobblestone, both really high, I think the chances of Hellraisers beating them is not too slim, and let's have a look at the odds. Okay, so as we can see, Hellraisers do have 12% on Train, and which would mean that I get a 7 times multiplier if I manage to win this upset. And yeah, basically what I'm thinking is just putting like $2 on Hellraisers for a $14 reward, and I'm quite sure that the odds not gonna stay like that, they're gonna rise until like 20 or 30% maybe. But it will still be at least a times 2 multiplier, and that's worth a try, so I'm gonna place the bet here. $2 in Hellraisers, and let's have a look at it. And yeah, here we are, $14, that would be sick, and it would actually put me up in profit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is just wait for the results, and if Hellraisers win, I'm just gonna take my profit here, but if they lose, but they played well, I'm gonna bet on them again in the second match. Also like $2. And yeah, anyways, I'm gonna see you soon. Alright guys, so finally I am lucky with my bets here, and Hellraisers, they destroyed Na'Vi on Train, 16-7, a very clear score, and they also managed to win the second map. So I don't know what's wrong with Na'Vi at the moment, but they are struggling pretty badly, but let's have a look at what I've won. Okay, so here we have it, they ended up with 14%, which is really good, a times 6 multiplier. And let's have a look at my bet history. And here we have it, I placed $2 and was able to win $12, so that's pretty huge, and now I do have $22, but I think I'm still negative with $1 because of the affiliates. But yeah, I think that's a really good profit, and let's see which match I'm going to bet on next. Alright guys, we do have a match where I want to bet on, which is Dignitas vs Godsend in a best of 3, and let's have a look at it. Okay, so here we have it, the winner of this match will qualify for a very big LAN tournament. So it's a very important match for both of these teams, and they are playing with their usual lineups. And if we have a look at the past matches, Dignitas did pretty poorly in the ESL Pro League against Astralis and FaZe, and Godsend lost to Mousebots unfortunately on LAN, but this one is online, so those are different conditions. And in the past, Dignitas was able to take out Godsend in a best of 3. But all in all, since it's a very important match, I think Godsend, they have the experience and a slightly higher chance of winning, so I'm just gonna go with them. Okay, so I have to make a decision now because I have to leave at any second. And although the odds are not very good for Godsend, I'm gonna go for them because I think they will come out on top in this very important match. And I'm gonna place $5 on them, so this would only be a $1.55 reward, but I think the odds gonna change in the next 1.5 hours. So maybe like to 60-40 for in favor of Godsend. So I'm just gonna place my bet here on Godsend and hope for the best. Okay, so I did not expect that one to go that quick, but Dignitas took out Godsend 2-0, and 16-3, 16-11, that's pretty solid, and Dignitas played really well, so I was just miscalculating here, and I was wrong, but that's not a big deal. Let's have a look at the next match. Alright, so I lost my $5 here, but if we have a look at my affiliates, look at that one. I got $4 that I can earn now, and I'm again up to like $22, so basically I just lost $1, but of course I'm gonna calculate it as a loss. Anyway, what I'm gonna do now is watch the first match of VP vs Astralis on Nuke, and depending on how they play, I'm gonna place a bet on the second match, so I'm gonna see you guys when I made my decision. Alright, so I decided to not bet on the Astralis vs VP match, and that was a good decision because Astralis lost. And today I wanted to bet on Godsend, but the match got postponed, and then something funny happened. I went over the matches and found this one, and Born of Fire and Dreamscape are both like tier 4 teams, very bad, and was a best of 1, and Dreamscape only had 18%, so I dropped like 75 cents on them, and actually they managed to win this one. So yeah, as you can see, they won 16-2 on Cobblestone, and I think that one was a throw because Born of Fire, this Chinese team, they played like silvers, and they just ran into the spots and died, so yeah, it's good for me, pretty easy money. So as you can see, I placed like a few cents and won $3.5, and then I placed a bet on, I think it was, yeah, this match here, and I placed 50 cents on this one. They lost, but not too bad, so all in all I made $3 profit out of this low game. And I think that's a pretty funny way to bet, because if you see two teams that are really shit like this one, and one of those teams has really low odds, I just drop a few cents on them, and if they win, I get a decent reward, and if not, it's pretty much Wayne. So maybe I'm gonna drop a few cents on these matches here if the odds stay that low. But anyway, this is the episode for now. Technically I'm still in a loss, but thanks to the affiliates, which I can earn right now, again $2, I'm now at $26.50, so that's really good. I started with $20, and maybe in the next episode I managed to get in a profit. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Use my code if you want to support me, and I see you in the next video. Bye.